don't want us so.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel because the second channel is popping, kinda. AKA the real Super Mario here, bringing you another video. Alright, so, you know what I'm saying, I have taken a little break from the news videos on this channel, mainly because I wanted to let the news kind of build up a little bit. Alright, but we back with these Pokemon Legends ZA / assorted video game news videos. You know, so of course, we've got some pretty interesting stuff for you today. We have some leaks from a massive franchise that I've yet to talk about on this channel. We have a 4chan text dump for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have an interesting Pokemon theory for Pokemon Legends ZA, as well as it looks like AI might have been stealing content from Nintendo. So we got a lot to talk about here. So of course, we'll continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video, tweet, share my video, tweet, and I'll shout you out at this portion of the video. And lest I forget, let's get on into this. Alright, so first off, we're going to do some rapid fire news. Okay, so first off, it looks like the Pokemon Company itself is going to Gamescom in Germany, which I think is pretty interesting because I don't think they've ever done that. So maybe this could mean something big. Maybe we're going to get something, you know, Legends ZA related, or maybe they're just really trying to promote that new card game app, you know what I'm saying, which is coming out. But the lineup for Gamescom came out, and it was Sony, Deutschland, Square Enix, the Pokemon Company, THQ Nordic, TikTok, which, okay, Ubisoft, and then Xbox. So this is cool. This is cool. So now of course, I mean, usually if they were going to announce anything big, they would do it at a Pokemon Presents, because they don't necessarily need to do it at any of the trade shows, and they don't usually do that, not even at Nintendo's like directs or whatever. So I don't think they're gonna like announce something new for Legends ZA at this show, but I do think that we could get some more information, you know what I'm saying, like maybe a little teaser, you know what I'm saying, or maybe more than likely, since this is going to be the 21st of August and we're expecting a Pokemon Presents probably second week of August, maybe they will follow up on whatever they drop at a potential Pokemon Presents in August. Or this could all just be about the trading card game. It's very possible. So next one is Stealth. He says that the Pokemon Company had $10.8 billion in retail sales in 2023. Nintendo's net sales for the last fiscal year were $11 billion. It took Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Wonder, Pikmin 4, Super Mario RPG Remake, and more to equal the sale of Pokemon. That's crazy. Pokemon is making almost as much money as Nintendo itself. That's crazy. All right, they were $0.2 billion. That's $200 million away from equaling Nintendo. That's insane. And that's on a year where they had a new Mario and a new Zelda game to drop. That's not even a slow year for Nintendo, bro. That's crazy, man. All right, everybody that tells you, oh my gosh, Pokemon's dead. Pokemon's dead. Go ahead and show them this. All right. Their franchise ain't making nowhere near that kind of money. So we have a Legends ZA theory from Light. He says this is a hot theory, but I would love to see this Pokemon Legends ZA. And he said it's got a Colosseum Empoleon will be a water dragon type for Napoleon Bonaparte. Colosseum Incineroar will be a fire fighting type for Puss in Boots. Okay. And Colosseum Superior will be a grass steel type for the French noblesse, which is the symbol that you see that's usually related to France. And a sneak peek at what they could look like in the game with the Hisuian full evolution starters. So he says Empoleon's gonna look like Drake, which is the dragon trainer. He says Incineroar is gonna look like Karina, who is the wrestler skater chick, and then Superior is gonna look like Wickstrom, who is the Elite Four leader from Kalos, I believe. I think he was from Kalos. Yeah, I think he was the Elite Four leader in Kalos. So all in all, this actually looks pretty good. So this actually looks pretty good. I think this was my predicted set of starters as well. It's been a long time since I did the starter video, but this looks pretty good. The only thing I don't agree with is Empoleon getting the water dragon typing. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they've ever given the dragon typing to a starter, to my knowledge. All right, not even Charizard, who is literally a dragon. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't get the dragon typing until he went Mega. So I don't think they would just give that to a starter. Now, maybe if they did a Mega Empoleon, maybe, but I don't think they would do it with a regular starter. All right, so then we got manga. So we got some manga news here. So it looks like there has been some manga leaks. We've been losing leakers everywhere. All right, we lost Pyoro, we lost Midori, and now there's a manga leaker that has gotten taken down, and he's going to prison. So apparently what's been going on is there has been a particular leaker that has been taking scans of the manga in France and then leaking them to like influencers online. So if you see like big influencers get like, oh look, I got the manga leaks for like One Piece or whatever, they're probably getting it from this guy. So the tweet says, in the manga leak trial, 2 French individuals have been sentenced for making photographs of a series of popular manga on the request of an individual who would then spread them to influencers on social media for domestic and international distribution. The infringed manga in question are One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Kagurabachi, Sakamoto Days, Blue Lock, and Eden Zero. So basically all the big hot stuff right now. One of them was sentenced to 18 months in prison, suspended for 3 years, and the other to 12 months in prison, suspended for 3 years, in addition to fines for them as individuals and their company. So they had a company. So wait a minute, they had a company. They was making money off of this. So they must have been selling these. No wonder they got clapped. Okay, that's kind of crazy. So, because essentially that's how you get manga spoilers. Like whenever you see manga spoilers, like somebody at a mom and pop store somewhere that sells manga, they get the mangas early so they can put them in the warehouse so they can pull them out when it's time, and then they just break street date and they scan the scans and then they distribute them to somebody else who gives them to somebody else. That's pretty crazy. All right, so this story excited me. Okay, so I got hyped for this one. So I've not been able to talk about this franchise particularly on the channel before, not to my knowledge anyway, and that's Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls is like one of my top 5 franchises of all time. You know what I'm saying? As far as like time burners, games I've played for a long time. Elder Scrolls is right up there, and it looks like we have a massive Elder Scrolls 6 leak. So one of the developers for Elder Scrolls 6, they had some concept art on their Pinterest page, and that concept art is pointing to the fact that the Elder Scrolls might take place in Hammerfell. Now, if you don't know what that means, all right, this is the map of Tamriel, all right, and we've been to Morrowind, we've been to Skyrim, we've been to Cyrodiil, we've been to a bunch of different places, but we've never really been to Hammerfell in a modern Elder Scrolls game outside of like maybe Elder Scrolls Online. So, and there's been a lot of speculation as to where Elder Scrolls 6 was going to be. It looks like from this concept art we're going to Hammerfell. Now that it carries with itself some pros and some cons. Like pros is black people. Black people. This is Elder Scrolls Black. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be pretty interesting. Of course, you know what's going to happen, though. You know, we're going to have a big old culture war about that. You know, people are going to be mad, even though that the Red Guards have been black for the last, 20 years or whatever. Somebody's going to get mad about that. But the concept art had basically a bunch of Arab-themed stuff. You know, it looks like Arab-themed desert type of Bedouin type people. You know, all types of like, you know, Bedouin-looking weaponry. You know what I'm saying? Curved swords and whatnot. And then, of course, one of the concept arts had a bunch of black people. You know, different black hairstyles, what black people look like as they age. Basically, all this stuff is used to help them design characters that are going to look like this, like similar to this. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like how character designers, you know, or at least just designers in general, design the stuff that they make. Now, the one thing that actually got me kind of hyped, right, was the fish. And why are you so excited about fish, Mario? Well, simple. That means that more than likely we're going to get some underwater exploration. More than likely we're going to have to go underwater. That's why they want to make sure that, oh, let's look at what these fish look like, so we can animate schools of realistic looking fish, you know. And of course, the Iliac Bay plays a huge role in the Elder Scrolls story. So, I mean, at least far as when it comes to Hammerfell. Now, of course, the con here is, other than the culture war stuff, we don't get to go to High Rock, which is sad. I love High Rock. The Bretons are my favorite race of people, and I want to go to High Rock again. Hopefully, they just put them both in there. Give us Hammerfell and High Rock. It'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? You know, this game's not coming out till 2037 anyway. Y'all got time. All right, into some more random news. We have Call of Duty. So Call of Duty has had a bunch of collaborations in recent years, like Nicki Minaj is in Call of Duty. All kinds of people are in Call of Duty. Now Call of Duty has partnered up with WWE. So this is not the first time WWE has had a collab. I mean, I think Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch are in Fortnite. So now we've got Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley in Call of Duty. So, you know, now you can go, and Rey Mysterio too. So now you can get assassinated by Rey Mysterio while he is hiding in a bush with a thermal like 20 meters away. You know, that's fun. That's always fun, you know. I haven't played Warzone in a long time. I might check it out just to see this, though. I might re-download the massive freaking download that is Warzone so I can try this out. All right, so we got some Palworld news here. So Palworld has some slightly distressing news. It says Palworld's new dog coin currency sets a worrying precedent. And so it says, some of the islands within Palworld consist of merchants willing to sell players valuable items and pals. Each of them has value, as the right purchase could help increase one's base, weapon, and team building progress. A recent major update has introduced a new merchant who sells unique cosmetics and items. However, this NPC requires players to know how to obtain Palworld's new dog coins, as they are the special currency needed to make these trades. So basically, they introduced a new currency into the game. So now, whenever video games do this, usually this leads towards microtransactions. If you look at something like Overwatch, Overwatch has the white coins, which are like the legacy coins from Overwatch 1. Well, you can use those to buy like skins and stuff, but then they have the gold coins, which you have to buy with real money or have to get through the battle pass. And then of course they have like the competitive points, and then they've got the jade points where you get the emerald weapons or whatever, and then they've got like the mythic points where you get the prisms, and that's how you get the mythics. And usually when they have more than one currency, they're trying to get their move towards microtransactions. So more than likely what they're going to do is these dog coins not Doge, but dog coins, you're gonna have to buy them eventually. All right, so they're gonna have some kind of grindy way for you to get the coins, but eventually you just gonna have to buy them outright. So this way it's like, oh, well, you can grind to get them, or you can just give us some money, and then, you know. So, I mean, we had kind of known for a while now that Palworld was going towards microtransactions. This looks like the method they're gonna use. All right, so here we go. The big story: AI generators scraped YouTube videos without permission, including Nintendo. So, but this story is pretty huge. This story is pretty huge, bro. So my Nintendo news says, Runaway, the multi-million-dollar company claiming to move creativity forward with artificial intelligence, has reportedly trained its text-to-video generator by scraping thousands of videos from YouTube, potentially including several of Nintendo's channels. As discovered and reported by 404 Media, the information comes via a comprehensive spreadsheet obtained by the outlet, in which Nintendo's regional channels are listed across 10 rows. Other major companies include Disney, Rockstar, Netflix, and Sony. An anonymous Runaway employee spoke with 404 and stated, the generator, officially named Gen 3, drew significant praise upon its reveal earlier this year, with the likes of Google and Nvidia supplying Runaway with funding to release its vision. So basically what it looks like is, because the way AI works is you get the AI and you have to train it with like content or using text. Basically, you have to give it the information that it's going to eventually use when somebody else uses the AI. And so what happened here is that the information that they use to train the AI is YouTube videos. And it's not just Nintendo's videos. There's a whole bunch of other creators that they've scooped up to use to train their AI. They also scooped up a bunch of anime from websites. So they use like Kiss Anime and like non-anime, Anime Watch, TV.to. Like they use the pirate sites where you go to pirate anime to train the AI. Because when you put in like Ganondorf versus Sukuna, they're gonna need to have some reference data to create that for you. And that's the reference data that they're using. This is gonna be crazy. All right, people are gonna get sued. Okay, I can barely use more than 20 seconds of Nintendo footage or music without getting dinged. All right, so people are gonna get sued. All right, they also have like freaking Ghibli movies in here. Nobody can use Ghibli. All right, Ghibli is the most hardcore copywriters on YouTube. All right, so many people have been clapped for using Ghibli content, and they out here stealing from Ghibli. Y'all gonna get clapped. Yo, it's gonna be the lawsuit for this is gonna be a movie. All right, so we roll on to the 4chan text dump of the day. So this one is actually kind of interesting. The last one I did was probably the most feasible one I've seen so far. This one does seem kind of grounded too, but it also seems a little simplistic. So we will check it out. It says, briefing with TPCi, play tested around an hour of story and games section. So it's about the same what the other person said. Game is open map. Story progress unlocks areas in the city, which is expected. I kind of expect that to happen. Like, I mean, the city is already kind of cut into like a pie shape of like 5, so I could expect them to have you unlock different portions of the city, you know, as you go, you know, because it's the same thing they did with Legends Arceus, you know. High number of NPCs and elements on screen. Game runs okay, struggles on areas with a lot of elements, which that's basically any Pokemon game. Like Scarlet and Violet to this day struggle in places where there are a lot of people. So that's any Pokemon game. Game has 2 phases, turn-based phase and an action style gameplay phase. So This I'm not sure about. What is the action style gameplay? Like, I mean, are we talking like Kingdom Hearts action, or are we talking like say the boss battles from Legends Arceus? Because that's the closest thing I could think to like action style gameplay, right? You know, because Legends Arceus had the action style where you could get attacked by Pokemon and you had to dodge and run and sneak and hide. So maybe that's something that you have to do in this game. But I don't understand how you would have to do that in the city. Like, you know, unless maybe you're hiding behind a dumpster, you know, a trash can, hiding in a bush. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Maybe they'll do something like that. You know, you got to hide in the alleyway. You know, okay, I can kind of see that. Gestational elements and side quests expand the city. So, basically, like side quests that you do in the redevelopment project will kind of give you, I guess, new buildings and stuff in the city. Because the way I expect the game to go is kind of like Legends Arceus, but different, right? So in order to progress to the game, I expect you need to get materials that they will use to redevelop parts of the city. And then once that part of the city is redeveloped, or once you got enough materials to redevelop that part of the city, it'll unlock that part of the city. That's my assumption, all right? Strong enemies with more life, both turn-based and action-based fights during the story. So that sounds like regular gameplay is turn-based, and then maybe the bosses are going to be action-based. Trial and error section in the story quest. I have zero idea what that means. That, like, you know, he says guess the right path, which, like, you have to figure out the right way to go, and if you go the wrong way, what, do you have to backtrack? Like, why would they put something like that in the game? They would just kind of let you explore, unless the game is going to be more linear than we expect, which that's entirely possible. Crafting system. You walk with Pokemon and you control them in quests. Mount for fast travel, green goat Pokemon. So I guess in the green goat is going to be a new form of Go-Goat, which that's expected. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if Go-Goat is not your go-to like ride Pokemon in this game. You know, especially since you're not going to have to fly that much or climb that much. You know what I'm saying? You're mainly going to be riding around through the city. Maybe Go-Goat can ram some barricades or something. So far, this looks okay. It's kind of simplistic. I'm not quite sure what the trial and error section is, you know, or the action gameplay, but not too bad though. Not too bad. All right, so that's about it for this. So tell me what you think down in the comments. What do you think about the 4chan text dump? What do you think is gonna happen with the AI? All right, that's the thing. That's probably the craziest story I've seen in a while. Like, so this AI is literally stealing content and then using it to make other content, bro. The AI is like the future of React YouTubers. That's essentially what it is. It's literally stealing content. At least they do something transformative with it. The AI just takes it and then smashes it together with 1,000 other little bits of data for other content. Like, that's crazy. Tell me what you think about that. Tell me what you think about any of the other stories I've talked about today. And of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real, and hopefully see you tomorrow.